Okay, we've seen the first two games of the round of 16. Wales against Denmark and Austria against Italy, and those were two amazing and fun games to watch. And what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna give my thoughts and opinions on those games and on the teams, especially on Denmark and Italy since they are through, and what they can expect for the rest of the tournament. But before we get into that, please hit that subscribe button, it will help me out a lot. Okay, let's start off with Denmark versus Wales. I mean, Wales started the game really well up until Dolberg's first goal. Like, Wales were straight on it, they were putting pressure on Denmark, and Denmark really struggled to create good chances and to play through Wales' unit. But then Dolberg's goal changed the game. Denmark were playing amazing attacking football, they made good combinations, their attacks had a lot of speed in them as well. Mikael Damsgaard had a good game, Dolberg had a good game, scored 2 goals, but the biggest threat of Denmark was Joachim Mæhle, who was by far the best player of the team. He was a big threat from left back and from right back and created a lot of chances, always was going forward, had a lot of energy about him, a lot of will and hunger to win the game, to score a goal, and he did in the end. And when Jensen got on in midfield as well, like, Jensen is a fantastic player. I really like him. I think he should play, because you could see in those 20 minutes that he played or so, you know, his passing technique is sublime. His assist as well on Mæhle, that pass, insane. He's a beautiful player to watch, and he can kind of fulfill that role that Eriksen left behind, you know? Now Eriksen's out of the team. Jensen, I think, can perfectly fulfill the same role as Eriksen does in the team. I'm especially impressed by him as well, and I think he should definitely get a chance to start. And it may well be possible, because Delaney got subbed off as well with what looked like a bit of injury problem. So we'll have to see whether he's fit. Kjær also got subbed off with injury problems. So we'll have to see what that holds as well. But Joachim Andersen is an excellent replacement for him. And another substitute who also made a great impression was Cornelius, who at those moments in time, like I can see, especially when, for example, you're 1-0 up or you're 2-0 up and you want to control the game, he was perfect up front. He was so strong on the ball. You know, he didn't lose the ball. Whenever you gave him the ball, he won the challenge. He managed to keep the ball, get a couple dribbles, waste a bit of time, get a couple chances in as well. In the end, he also got his assist, and he played a fantastic game as well. Now, what's next for Denmark? I mean, Denmark will have to play either Czech Republic or the Netherlands, and that will be decided tonight. I think against both of them, they stand a chance, because they played really, really well, and I can see them do well. So it is definitely a possibility that they could go to a semi-final. Was Wales that much of a challenge for them? I think Wales looked a bit lost, and you know, I think after second goal, Wales kind of gave up. The hope was gone. They knew they weren't gonna win the game, and that also opened up more spaces for Denmark, and they exploited that perfectly. So if they play Czech Republic or Netherlands, you know, we'll see a different game perhaps. But in the evening, Italy and Austria played against each other, and that was a great game as well. You know, it was a very tight game, and I think Italy played a good first half. I think the first 10 minutes, Austria were straight on Italy, but Italy was attentive and they managed to control the game and get the game into their hands. And they managed to push Austria back. And they created some real good chances with Immobile, with Barella. Spinazzola was a constant threat as well for Italy. And they really played some beautiful football. But that first half as well showed some weaknesses of the Italian team that we didn't necessarily see before. I think their right-hand side can be exploited by other teams. I think Di Lorenzo lacks a bit of quality. Berardi as well up front, I don't think he should play. Like, he wasn't convincing me enough in order to get a starting position. And yeah, he didn't create anything. All the good chances from Italy started from the left side. They started from either Spinazzola or from Lorenzo Insigne. The second half, Austria started how they started the game. I have to say, I've not seen Austria play this well in their group stage. Because this game, they were on another level and they were really fighting for it. And credit to them, because they played very well, and I've not seen them play this well before, because I thought it was going to be a very one-sided game based on what Austria had shown in the group stage. But the second half, Austria had more belief, they put more pressure on Italy, and they forced Italy to make mistakes as well. Arnautovic even scored a goal, but it was disallowed because of offside, obviously. But what showed most is the disbelief in the Italian players. You could just see on their faces, they were in disbelief, and they were like Come on guys, what's going on? Why are we making so many mistakes? Come on, we have to get our act back together, because this, what are we doing? If I'm honest, it looked, the second half, it looked like Austria was gonna win the game and that they were eventually going to score a goal. But Italy held on, they kept 0-0 and it went into extra time. But that second half of Italy as well, they had some decent opportunities, I think. And they could have had decent opportunities, but they weren't direct enough. Like Insigne, he's a good player. He's definitely a good player, but he always loves to cut back onto his right foot. Like, he can be through, but then he cuts back to go around the defender and try to curl it in. And sometimes he has to be more direct. Especially when you're still 0-0 and it's the 70th minute, it's the 80th minute. You can't afford to do it nicely. You just have to be direct and score a goal, because that's all that matters. Same goes for Berardi. In the 80th minute, he tried to do an overhead kick, which was so unnecessary. He could have just hit the ball normally or touched it and have a good shot. But he tried to do it nice. He tried to do an overhead kick, tried to be the hero of the night. But by trying to do that overhead kick, you wasted a good chance. Because he could have definitely had a shot on target if he just touched the ball or if he just shot normally. And then the game may not have even gotten to extra time. So they need to learn how to be more direct if they want to get further into this tournament. But in extra time, Italy showed resilience and they showed mental strength to come back into the game. Because they were on the back foot, they were basically losing the game, so to say, but it was still 0-0. But they came back, they scored 2 goals. Chiesa with a fantastic goal. He stayed so calm, so composed to have that first touch, then hit it with his left boot. Amazing goal. And Chiesa should definitely start before Berardi. Because what Chiesa offered was way more than what Berardi offers. Chiesa is a faster player, has more technique. He's more of a goal threat as well. Berardi has had his chance, and I think you should play with Chiesa. Bernardeschi as well played a very good game against Wales. I think he also probably should be playing in front of Berardi, because Berardi just didn't create anything. And it was similar against the Turkish team. Berardi was decent, but he didn't create much. I think Chiesa and Bernardeschi should play in front of him. And then your right wing position is not that much of a weakness, because all the play goes through the left-hand side, and it can get easy to read for opponents. And Italy got 2-0 up in extra time. They should have scored a third goal. Like, Belotti definitely should have scored. He had a great chance for it, but he missed it completely. And in those last 10 minutes of extra time, Austria again got some belief. They thought they could win it again, and they were creating big chances. They even scored a goal, which was a great goal as well from Kalacic. But in the end, Italy held on. They won 2-1. They're through. But they definitely have to learn lessons from this game. And I think having this game now and going through is a big lesson and can get them further. Because now they're a bit snapped back to reality. Everybody pushed them into the favorites role, me including. I still think they're favorites. I still believe Italy will win it and they can win it. But they got snapped back to reality. And they know they always have to stay concentrated and play to their highest level. Especially now that, next game you're playing either Portugal or Belgium. After that, you might be playing France, You gotta stay on your game and you gotta stay playing well and stay concentrated. But yeah, those were my thoughts on the game. I would love to know your thoughts on the game. Please let them know in the comments down below. Please hit the like button, subscribe as well, and I will see you guys later for another one. Bye bye.
I live in the moment, praying for the future. I gotta maneuver, I just gotta